I'm Natasha Elkington, your host of the GLF, Bonn 2018. And today I have with me Christian Kroll, who is the founder of Ecosia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And for those who don't know, Ecosia is a search engine that was developed and founded in 2009. And it's a search engine that uses its profits to plant trees and combat deforestation. Very
Exactly.
cool. So please tell us, how did you come up with this idea?
So I originally studied business, so it wasn't really, I was never an environmentalist, but after my university studies, I decided to travel around the world for a bit. And I lived half a year in Nepal, almost 1 year in South America. And during that time, I realized, A, that the world is quite unfair, that there are a lot of people like me living in Western countries who have so many opportunities, but then there are also other people who just don't have the same opportunities. So I wanted to do something against this, or to do something about it. And then also I saw a lot of environmental destruction, and I learned more about climate change. And I thought, oh wow, I need to do something. And then I realized that tree planting can actually tackle both issues.
Yes.
And also during universities, I was doing a little bit of small internet projects. And I realized how powerful search engines, or especially Google, are and how much money they're making. So I thought, well, now I can just combine these two things and start a search engine that plants trees.
Amazing. So how does it actually work? Which is a big question.
Yeah, so it works just like Google. So you type in whatever you're looking for. Yeah. Maybe you're in Bonn and you're looking for a hotel, so you type in Hotel Bonn. And then we show you search results, but also in addition to that, we show advertisements, like Google. And if you click on one of these advertisements, then we make money. Now, the big difference is that we use that money to plant trees and not to pay shareholders or, I don't know, ourselves.
Yes, and currently there's 43 going on 44 million trees planted at the moment, yes? Yeah. And where are these trees planted so far?
We have, I think, 20 different planting projects at the moment, all in biodiversity hotspots, mostly in developing countries. And we're adding 1 tree every second, so it's really literally growing very quickly.
Yes, literally. And right now, I'm sure when we finish our conversation, we might be at 44. Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's going quickly.
But with our conversation earlier, because I'm from Kenya, I love Ecosia, but then apparently my using the search engine in Kenya is not really helping the situation.
Yeah, I mean, our model in a way works like we earn advertising, we make revenue through advertisements, and in a few countries we don't make enough money through advertisements to actually pay for our service. So that is a bit special in our situation, that we're mostly, with our users, to acquire users, we mostly focus on Western world countries, because there most of the advertising money is made. But we will do our best to offer a service in Kenya pretty soon too.
Please do, that'd be great. But I guess the way it works is that, on the developing side, the trees, in the developed side, they use the advertising and then the trees get planted in the developing world, right? Yeah. So I guess both...
Both, I mean, in the end, both are benefiting, and of course we're all benefiting from this.
Yes, yes, exactly. So how are you going to get Ecosia to be the next Google? Because that would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, we of course need to make sure our search engine works well so that people can use it, but then we rely on the people to tell their friends about it. So if everybody who uses it tells 10 other people, and then these 10 other people tell 10 other people as well, then we can quickly, just gain more and more users, which means more and more trees. And we actually think that if we were as big as Google, we could easily completely turn around deforestation with all the money we would have available then. So I think, and there's a lot of need, so I think people are starting to see more and more of the environmental destruction, but also the urgency of climate change. So I think people are going to become more and more sensitive to this topic. We've seen a lot of growth during the last 2 years, which is, I think, because I think we're doing a good job making a search engine, but then also people tell their friends about it.
Right, and then we're reaching critical stages right now in terms of our planet. So I guess awareness is hopefully growing more. And I mean, but there's no plans like Google how is it? So Google's your competition, or
yes?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but it'd be great if Google, also joined in the.
If they would do what we're doing, then we wouldn't have
fine, right?
we wouldn't have a problem anymore. Yeah, I'm happy to look for another business opportunity then. And but there's a lot of money to be made on the internet. Also, the internet is generating a lot of CO2 emissions, so I think we can just do something to make our planet better by using the internet in a different way.
Yeah, exactly. So how long do you think it'll take you to reach 1 billion? That's the aim is 1 billion, right?
Yeah,
1 billion
so
trees.
we want to plant, we're at 43 now, so we want to plant 1 billion by the end of 2020, which is super ambitious. Yeah, people always call me crazy, but I think we just have to aim very high, because if we don't do that, then, I don't know, climate change isn't waiting for us. So we have to, somehow we have to plant 1 billion trees. I don't know how to do that yet, but even if we just keep our linear growth, which I hope we will, and I think we can even exceed that, then we will definitely, by the end of 2020, have 200, 300 million trees, which is already quite a lot. But I think we can even do better.
Yeah, you never know, right? Yeah. If Google wants to jump on, feel free. Okay, so the last question would be basically, so how important is a conference like GLF in terms of with your company and the work that you do?
Yeah. So for me, what is really interesting that we can here meet a lot of people and exchange. There are also a lot of people in the industry that we know already, so it's a good opportunity to come together again, discuss a few ideas, also see what's going on. Yeah. There are also a lot of things that I was simply not aware of, because we're a small startup trying to build a search engine, so we don't really have much time to talk about policy and the bigger issues. So that is being discussed a lot here, and for me it's just good to see what's going on in the tree planting scene in a way. So. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's lovely. Is there anything else you think that's important to mention that maybe we haven't covered?
Yeah, I think this theme of taking action is important, because I see a lot of commitments, a lot of people talking about it, but I think we actually need to do things. And yeah, we're in this wonderful situation that we can just do whatever we think is right. We don't have to wait for permission from somebody. We can just act very quickly. But I think also governments now need to start acting. We can't all wait for each other to jump in. We need to jump in and start doing stuff.
Right, yes, because it's, like you said, climate change is not waiting for us, is it? No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's been a real pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you very much.
And I wish you the great rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.